Alright, welcome back. In this part we're going to check the game end states. So the game ends in two different scenarios. One is that we get to the end and we cannot get like 4 black pegs, then we are lost. And if we get like in any of these rows we get like 4 black pegs, then we are winning. So we could guess the secret, so to say. So let's go and write that part first. And here I would use a use effect and check each time the row changes. I would check the hints, so to say. So I would say app_state.current row whenever this changes. So I would say that if like app state of the current row is bigger or equal to 0, do this. Yeah, I need to say -1 here. So now I'm getting black, black, and two empty strings. Yeah, so because this has changed and I need to go 1 up, I would say that the game state is a function that I will write, check game state, and I will send this the hints and the row that was we were on, and then we can log it here. Need to write this function. This will of course be here in the helper. This will get the hints and let's say row. So if we get out bounds, so the row gets like -1, which will happen if we are on the first row, then we say okay, return nothing, do nothing, don't need to check. If we get to the last row, which is row number 1, and not all the hints are black, then we are lost. So hints.sum of the hints are not black, then we are lost. If these two didn't happen and the hints on the current row, every one of them is black, then we are winning. And if none of these happens, then we are fine. And this should be like this. So here we can say just return nothing. Sorry, before going back, this should be row is -1. So if we are on -1, we should return nothing. If I go back here, refresh, I get nothing here, which is correct. And then here again nothing. These two are black. Let's try to win. Blue, white, white, blue. So blue and then white, and then check. I get 4. Go to the console, I get the 1. Awesome. So this should be the same for the last. So I will fast forward. Now if I get the check, I should get lost. Yes, so I'm lost. Okay, so this part is done, I need to just send this to the state of my app. So here I would go to my reducer, just like before. Let's call this set game state. Here I would just do the state and change the game state based on the new value that it got. So this is coming from the action.payload. Need to define the function that sends this, so I would go to the actions, another action. This is like the game state, and let's call this set game state. The type is set game state, and the payload is the game state. Need to define it in the action types as well, and save the actions as well, this one and this one and this one. Now I need to send this to the state using the app whenever the state changes, as to say. So I would get the game state here, and I would check if the game state is changed, which means that it's different from whatever it was, then send it to the reducer. So here I would say that if game state is the same as app state.game state is like whatever it was, then return, do nothing. Otherwise, we can of course dispatch an action, and the action is called set game state, and we are sending the game state to it. So let's go here, go to the not console but the components. Let's try to win in the first place. White, blue, orange, black. So white, blue, orange, and black. So I won, and the game state has changed to won, and the current row is now 1. Awesome. So we will need to show some like you won and that game ends component that we wrote here. When the game ends, that will be done in the next videos. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.